Hey everybody, BrickLover18 here today with a video all about sorting my LEGO minifigure collection. So first off, I want to say my bad. I've been doing this for over a day now, off and on, and I completely forgot to pick up the camera before now and record. But I did want to be able to talk to you about what I've been doing so far and how I'm making it so my minifigure storage in my LEGO room is more effective. So for starters, I went through two big bags, the standard grocery bags that I use, full of minifigure parts, because I've incurred several collections over the years, and when I did my huge sort back in quarantine season, I had all those parts. I just put all the minifigures all together, everything, and I had to sort them out. So I had two big bags to go. So yesterday what I went through and did was actually sort everything. So as you can see, I filled it up into Pick-a-Brick cups. I've got a couple of animals, a couple of sport things, two different cups of accessories, and then I also had a whole bin of torsos and legs and stuff like that, and heads as well. So I really did have a ton of different things. Since then, I've actually been sorting everything up. So down here in this storage container, I have been sorting Lego heads. I still have some work to do, but I was dividing them up by just standard smiley faces, criminal heads, random heads, smiley heads, angry heads, women heads, flesh heads, and then all of the colors there as well. So I've just been sorting that up, and it's still a work in progress. Now I've also been going through and sorting hats, helmets, and hair pieces. So as you can see here, I've got this container started of hats and helmets and hairs, and I realize there's way too many here. I'm not going to be using the storage container. And then I've got, a couple bins here. This is long hair, this is short hair, more things to sort there. I've also got all these helmets here that still need to be sorted into all of that. Over here in the actual storage container, as you can see, this is where I store most of my minifigure parts, and this is where I'm going to do a lot of the work. So a lot of these drawers that are left in it are accessories, so they're sorted by individual type. And they're all labeled as well, so I've got things like money and shovels, musical instruments, stuff like that. So I'm going to go through and really sort that and organize that a little more so it makes a little sense. And then down there I've just got other random accessories that now I can sort because I didn't have enough bins before to sort, but because I'm removing a lot of the things and there's a lot of empty bins there. And then food and heads that need to be sorted, stands. I've got vehicles and transportation, and then all my legs, so I don't sort by color or anything like that anymore. And then over here I've got all torsos. This is still a big work in progress, and these are just all the torsos. I don't sort them by color anymore just because I think it's a bit easier to find what I'm looking for. A few years ago when I first started sorting these LEGO minifigures, I made a huge mistake, and I mean huge, and I separated all of the torsos from the hands and the arms, which is really a pain in the butt because now I have to go through and reattach every single one. So I really regret that I did that. It made sense at the time, but now it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm really going through that and adding everything. And then of course I'm going to start a bin of, I've got a bin of assembled figures that I'm just going to start throwing things into. Start a bin for Star Wars parts, superheroes, and things that I don't use very often. But that's basically what I've been up to so far in the minifigure sorting world. There is a lot to do, and that's why, as you can see, my desk and the surrounding area is quite messy. And my goal now is to continue sorting, get the torsos back together, get the helmets and stuff all sorted, figure out what I want to do with that, and then start organizing all the accessories, because that's going to take a really long time. With two full Pick-a-Brick cups of this many small parts, it's going to take quite a bit. So once I finish sorting the heads and kind of getting this surrounding area put back together and put within my LEGO collection, then I'm going to go through and really sort the accessories and finish sorting these two stack-on containers. But I like that my minifigures are mostly contained to these two drawers and then up over here above the main section of parts, just because it keeps everything nicely together. And my goal was to keep everything out of the PaviMac storage containers, and it looks like I'm going to achieve that goal. So anyway, that's what I've been up to so far. I'm going to put the camera down now, do a little bit more work, and we'll probably check in a few more times. Hey everyone, we're back here, and I just want to give a really quick update to the minifigure progress so far. So over here on the side of the LEGO room, I have all of the torsos in here. I still have lots to put arms back on, but the ones with all the arms and legs are nicely and fully assembled there. Right here, I've got the pants and all the bottom pieces, and then over here, I've got motorbikes and vehicles and other things like that, just because these don't need a ton of space. And then this one is what I'm really proud of and I'm excited to show you today. is the head. So I'm actually going to bring it over to the table just because I don't want to drop it. But the heads are all sorted now, and I think it works really well. So as you saw earlier, these are all the same tan heads, like flesh. Female heads, these are all growls or angry heads. These are all heads with like modified printing. All robbers and criminals. These are all just standard smiley faces. These are smiles with sunglasses or glasses, and then these are smiles with no glasses. They're all sorted like that there. And then underneath, I actually have a container of heads and hats and helmets and all that good stuff. I don't use these very often, so that's why they're in the container here. And then I've actually put all the hair pieces for both men and women all together into this storage container here. Overall, the process on this part is pretty good. As you can see, the storage unit here is pretty empty because there is still a lot of sorting to do. I haven't finished sorting any of the, the torsos or anything like that because they're going to need a lot more work. And then, of course, sorting these accessories and all these minifigure utensils that's going to be a huge process. So that still has to be undertaken. But for now, I'm really happy with this progress, and it's put me in a really good position to get ready to actually sort all the utensils, because that's going to be a really huge process, especially with 2 Pick-a-Brick cups filled and so many drawers over here. I'm back here with just another update. I am still sorting minifigure parts. I have this many torsos and hands left to reassemble. It's been a very slow process, and I can only do so many before my fingers start to get sore because it is kind of strenuous. But now I'm starting to sort the accessories. So as you can see, I've got all of the bins from the storage containers over here all lined out, and I'm going to start going through these 2 Pick-a-Brick cups to start sorting the accessories. Not a ton of fun, if I'm being honest. So sorting the accessories have been going well. This is all I have left from the first Pick-a-Brick cup. As you can see, the other one is still over here completely full. It's been over an hour now of sorting all of these parts. It's definitely very time consuming, but once it's finally done, it's going to be worth it. And then of course I'll have to do some rearranging, and I have a bunch of extra drawers now because I got rid of a lot of the other minifigure parts that were in those containers. So I'm really going to do what I can to expand the accessories, and I'll have to do a lot of relabeling. I don't have the label maker with me right now, so that's going to be in a separate video. But this is what the process is looking like so far. So I finished sorting both Pick-a-Brick cups now, which is pretty awesome because it did take a long time. And now what I'm just going to go do is go through all the different bins to make sure everything's sorted right. Some need expanding, like for example, the containers is going to overflow. The cameras is pretty close, but I'm not sure what I'll do about that. And as well as this bin of mixed accessories, I want to divide them up a little bit more. But other than that, once I do that, I'm going to remove any outdated labels. And I'm going to put everything back into the minifigure cabinet here. And then for the most part, I've finished sorting and resorting my minifigure collection. Alright, so this actually brings us to the end of the minifigure sorting. Finally, I'm very excited. I spent the rest of the day today going through all the different parts. As you can see, most of them are now unlabeled. There are a few still bins here that will be emptied because I have these minifigures left. I have to put the torso and the hands and stuff back together to get them into the torso bin. I'm not going to have that completed by the end of this video because, as I said, this is a process. I can't do too much at one time because my fingertips start hurting because it takes a lot of force to get them in. But I'm going to do this. I'll continue to do a couple every time I come to the Lego room for a little bit, half an hour or so, and then eventually I will get everything back. So my next steps are going to be to label everything, which, as I said, is very important. I want to go through and give everything much more detailed labels. And then of course everything over here is nice. I've got torsos, heads and helmets, and legs and accessories. So I'm going to go through everything and give a full tour once everything's been nicely labeled because I am excited to show that. But overall, I think it's going to work really well. As I said, I haven't gone through and sorted these minifigure parts in a really long time. So now hopefully I will be able to find everything a lot easier. So thanks everybody so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe. Stay tuned because I will be giving a full tour about how I sort and store my minifigure parts coming very soon. So thanks again so much for watching and have a great day.